Clashes, yellow card controversies, and dramatic red cards. Everything converged in the London derby between Chelsea and Arsenal. This match wasn't just a contest between two powerful teams, it was a fiery showcase of fighting spirit, determination, and the characteristic tension of this historic rivalry. Right from the very first minutes, viewers could clearly sense that this was not a regular derby, but a true war on the pitch. Both teams entered the game with an intense mindset and a power-packed style of play. Chelsea proactively initiated a high press, unafraid to execute strong tackles to put pressure on Arsenal's attacking stars. This was particularly evident with Bukayo Saka, who continuously became the focal point of fierce duels with Marc Cucurella. Within just a few minutes, referee Anthony Taylor was forced to issue the first yellow cards, setting the stage for a tumultuous first half. As the half wore on, the tension only escalated as Arsenal began to show signs of losing their composure. Mikel Arteta's side were knocked off their usual proactive footing, playing in a somewhat disorganized manner, which opened up space for Chelsea to exploit. Fumbling plays from the visiting defense, combined with relentless pressing from the home team, led to more dangerous situations in front of David Raya's goal. A notable moment was Enzo Fernandez's penetration into the box, but Julian Timber made a timely intervention to prevent a goal. Estevao then missed a golden opportunity, blasting the ball over the bar from a favorable position, leaving the Stamford Bridge crowd in regret. While Chelsea grew increasingly inspired and played with fervor, Arsenal faced a huge risk as 3 of their defensive players received yellow cards within the first 30 minutes, a record for them since data began being recorded in 2006. This was the clearest proof that the Gunners had been somewhat drawn into the physical style of play that Chelsea employed. The match became suffocating until the biggest turning point of the first half occurred, the red card for Moisés Caicedo. In the 35th minute, the Ecuadorian midfielder made an aggressive challenge, stamping on Merino's leg. Both players lay on the ground in pain, but when reviewed, the situation quickly became clear. Anthony Taylor reviewed the incident and decided to issue a straight red card to Caicedo, a decision that was virtually undisputed. Prior to this, Chelsea's fiery play had caused problems for Arsenal, but this very approach made them pay the price by losing one of the most crucial cogs in their midfield. Following the red card, the dynamic of the game flipped. Despite this, Chelsea managed to maintain their focus and discipline and avoided collapsing. Arsenal began to increase their tempo, creating their most dangerous opportunity of the first half when Martinelli fired a low, tricky shot. However, goalkeeper Robert Sanchez made a superb diving save. The half concluded goalless, but its lasting impression was one of drama, tension, and numerous clashes. Right at the start of the second half, both teams executed important tactical changes. Arsenal brought on Miles Lewis-Skelly for Ricardo Calafiori to strengthen control on the flanks and minimize the risk of another card, while Chelsea introduced Alejandro Garnacho for Estevao. This substitution clearly signaled their intent to amplify counter-attacking options and exploit the young player's speed. Just 3 minutes later, Chelsea surprisingly took the lead in the 48th minute, even with only 10 men on the field. Enzo Maresca's side made the absolute most of a set-piece situation. From a corner kick, Trevoh Chalobah rose courageously to head the ball powerfully into the far corner, beating goalkeeper David Raya. This goal served as a sharp reminder that Chelsea remained a dangerous collective, even when a man down, and simultaneously forced Arsenal to ramp up the pressure in search of an equalizer. The visitors quickly reacted with personnel changes aimed at boosting their attack. Martin Odegaard and Noni Madueke were introduced for Zubimendi and Martinelli, injecting new energy into the midfield and left flank, while also creating opportunities for better link-up play between Saka and Merino. Barely 10 minutes after conceding, Arsenal found their equalizing goal through a sophisticated piece of teamwork. Though largely contained by Cucurella for most of the game, Bukayo Saka found a moment of brilliance to whip a cross into the box, and Mikel Merino did not miss the opportunity, heading the ball precisely to bring the match back to level terms. This goal significantly boosted Arsenal's morale and proved their ability to capitalize on minor Chelsea errors to create chances. The remaining minutes of the second half saw Chelsea relentlessly searching for a second goal. Despite having only 10 men, Pedro Neto, Liam Delap, and Garnacho continuously generated notable counter-attacking opportunities. Although Arsenal pressed intensely and Chelsea countered without ceasing, the match ultimately concluded with a 1-1 draw. The Gunners will certainly be disappointed not to have capitalized on their man advantage following the red card. Nevertheless, on a day when Mikel Arteta's side did not perform at their best, a draw is an acceptable result. Reece James was undoubtedly the man of the match. The English defender directly contributed to the attack with an assist, 2 long passes, 2 key passes, and 1 big chance created, while simultaneously demonstrating his defensive completeness. James recorded 11 duels won, 100% successful take-ons, 100% successful tackles, and 100% ground duels won. Speaking after the game, the Blues captain stated it was disappointing to only get 1 point. We had to play with 10 men very early on. It made things a lot harder. Everyone can see where we are and what we're fighting for. Today was a big statement. And there are a lot of positives to take. We worked very hard. There was a lot of analysis and effort from the coaching staff to get the team playing in the right way to cause danger to the opponent. If you look at the yellow cards, I think there should have been another red card. There were 7 or 8 players booked. This is a London derby, and everyone wants to win this game. When Chelsea had to play shorthanded, they were forced to adapt. And the message from Enzo Maresca was very clear: to exploit counter-attacks for an advantage. And as Reece James shared with Sky Sports, that strategy nearly succeeded. Arsenal have been top for a few years now. We knew coming up against them wasn't going to be easy, but we tried to play our way and make it difficult for them when they lost the ball. Enzo Maresca changed the formation a little, and we knew we weren't going to have much possession. We knew they were going to attack constantly, so we had to try and catch them on the counter. And we did it a couple of times and it really worked. On Arsenal's side, Merino scored the equalizer for the Gunners and was also involved in the incident leading to Caicedo's red card. Speaking after the game, the Spanish player said, "On one hand, there is disappointment because we didn't win. When you put on this shirt, you want to win every match. On the other hand, we know the season is long. Stamford Bridge is a difficult stadium to play in, and we accept 1 point. The team showed good spirit in coming back to level the score after going behind. When they were down to 10 men, we should have been a little more patient with the ball. That doesn't mean being complacent or playing slowly, but rather trying to find the flanks and deliver the ball into the box. They are a good team. The whole team played excellently today, and we accept 1 point." The Euro 2024 champion also did not forget to mention the red card Caicedo received after the dangerous foul on him in the first half. "I felt my ankle was fully stretched. But luckily, I have very flexible ankles and a flexible body, so I'm not worried about my safety. But I knew it was a horrible tackle and would immediately result in a red card." Regarding his goal, he added, "We train every day to position ourselves in the right spots, trying to stand out of the center-back's sight so we can connect with the ball at the highest point possible. When you train with someone every day, you understand their strengths and weaknesses. Saka put the ball in a great position for me to score. This is the Premier League. Every team is very strong. If you win a duel or a second ball, you have a chance to attack the box. Today we were not at our best." After 13 rounds of the Premier League, the league table continues to see Arsenal sitting on top. The Gunners still lead with a 5-point gap over second-placed Manchester City, while Chelsea are right behind, 1 point adrift of the Manchester team. Notably, Manchester United have closed the distance and are now only 3 points away from the top 4. For Arsenal, time to rotate the squad is very limited as they enter the busy Christmas period. They will return to action this Wednesday evening when they host Brentford at the Emirates Stadium. This is an opportunity for the Gunners to consolidate their top spot and continue their impressive form. But it also presents a physical challenge due to the continuous fixture list and the increasing pressure of maintaining their lead. As for Chelsea, Enzo Maresca's side also has little time for rest. They will travel to face Leeds United on the same Wednesday. This match promises excitement as Chelsea need to secure all 3 points to maintain pressure on Arsenal and Manchester City, while simultaneously improving their position in the standings. The upcoming period will be a major test of both tactics and physical endurance for both teams in the title race.